Shalom, shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again with another message on this devil platform. I will say this is a lovely night in which the Most High Yah has made, and I, Sister Deborah, shall rest therein. I want to just say that the more and more, my thing is I'm going to ask the Most High to help me to not view um, those that's on YouTube. I don't get on Facebook. I don't get on there and go through all of that, Patriots and all of that. But it's just YouTube. I just don't want to, I don't get on any of those, but YouTube I'm on and I do view and listen to some messages. But you know what? I decided that I need to really, really ask the Most High Yah to give me the strength to ban myself from a lot of things that's being taught on these platforms. Cause it seems like to me that there are so much hypocrite, so much, so many people that's dressed in cheap clothing. And being so, I have been given the gift of discerning. I can discern. And they all are in, not all of them, but majority are wolves, just wrapped or trying to wrap themselves in sheep clothing. And I sit back and I realize that I know that this is the devil's platform, but what I'm coming to understand, there are so many on this platform who don't understand when they stand before the Most High Yah. A lot of people's blood is going to be on your hands. They're going to be accountable for what they have not accepted, for everything that Yah judges them, whether it's good or whether it's evil. But there are many on these platforms that's going to also be judged for misleading the multitude by great number. One thing they lead them is uh, 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 they they don't understand they're playing a great part in the great falling away. The great falling away been going on for quite a long time, and it's still going on because it's taking the people away from that's taking their heart, soul, and mind and strength away from Yah. Okay, that's where the great falling away is, when they fall away from Yah, not fall away from the church, the building, your YouTube, your Facebook, your Instagram, or communicating with you, or in your camp, or in your group, or in your community, or in your academy, or in your church. That's not the great falling away. The great falling away is when people fall away from the great how would I say it, spirit and truth. They fall away from who Yah is, and they turn away, and they prefer to be led by these people on the platform, and they don't understand that they are worshiping idol gods. YouTube has made it so noticeable to those who are elect not to be fooled. He said, if it was so, it would fool his very elect. And why can't Sister Deborah and Yah's elect be fooled? Is because he's so great in us. He is willing to show us from the inside out what is what, so he's not going to allow us to be fooled by what is being said, what is being taught, what is being misled. And since I realized, and it has been quite some time, that they're not going to draw the people to the Most High Yah's bosom For real, they're not going to. They're teaching so many things. And you know what I also found out? I sit back and I watch our men in the tribe of Judah, the Hebrew Israelite so-called movement, and the reason why I call it a movement because that's all they doing is moving to and fro. They ain't going nowhere. They going in circles. They in the movement, just going in circles with a newfound denomination, awakening. That's the name of it, awakening. So I want to say this here to you all is I realize that these Negro men would get on this devil platform and they will have clips of white women speaking, whether it's a nurse, it's a doctor, a teacher, or just a woman that's saying something. And to notice they be so attentive to what she is saying. They use her as part of their message to you to kind of blend in to what they're teaching. And the Spirit of the Most High suffered me to behold it. And knowing me, and y'all know I'm going to ask, hey, Father, wait a minute, I got a question. How is it they can shove the Negro women of the Hebrews to keep quiet, but they can hear the white woman talk? It's a powerful thing for me to see that. And that's where I really understand where the hypocrite spirit that's on them is so heavy. It's showing that they are so hypocritical and they so fake because they can get on here and they can put all these clips and videos of a white man saying something about the vaccine, a doctor, a nurse, everybody saying something white. And they will bring them this high just to teach their message. They'll bring them this high. But why Sister Deborah has a problem with it is because y'all got his own elects. He's given like he did in the days. He sent his prophets and prophetess to warn his people or to give them a right now encouraging word or a right now warning word. Where did he give the Israelites warning words from other nations? From Yah. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense. So what it is showing me is that there is a level of sheeps, those dressed in sheep clothing, but they're wolves, and they hypocrites. You see, they fake as fake could be in a newfound religion called awakening. And they plan it for all that it's worth. And the people eat from their plates like full meal deal. How dare you tell the women of Zion to shut up and keep quiet, and you're not supposed to speak, but you get on these platforms and show all kind of videos of white women speaking, white men speaking. Why? Because they're saying something that you want to teach about, and it supports your teaching. So wait a minute. So the black, not the black, the Hebrew, the daughters of Zion, shut up. But the oppressors, white females can speak. We can listen to them. We can take heed. I was just looking at a clip on GOCC, and I sit back, and I had to turn it off, and I only think I was in it that, ooh, not even that far. And he has an Italian man on this clip, and this man is talking, and he's keeps saying he want his Italian people to listen. And you should see how Ricard on GOOC is marveling off this man. And I'm like saying, Father, y'all, this young man always have Caucasian women and Caucasian men showing you things that they're saying. Do you see how messed up our Negro minds are? Do you see that they are distant from the Most High Yah? You know what I call it? I said, Father, it's like to me. When he asked me, what is it like? I said, Father Yah, it's like to me. They have a cast iron head. So it has to be the way Yah sees it, like unto a cast iron. Because he tells me, you see well. And it's somewhere going on now. What people you all don't understand is this, and it ain't important that you do, okay? Because they didn't listen to the prophets back in the days. They're not going to listen to them now. Mhm. But is it going to say that there are false prophets and false prophetess? Yes, they're going to label you as the false ones. They're going to label you as the false, but they're going to consider everything the Caucasian females and males are saying if it fits into their lesson. Now I'm sitting here listening to him marvel off what this man is saying and giving him glory because this elderly man has a degree. Oh, he's a doctor. He's a doctor. He has a degree. Listen, y'all, listen to what he's saying. And he says that about the white women too. He gives them, it's almost kind of sad, and that's where our men are broken all up into crumbs. It's because they still got, it's almost like um the Caucasians still have a whip toward them. And it's just that they gonna always, yes sir, yes sir, or look at a white woman as all that and some. Now, if you're gonna tell the daughters of Zion to keep quiet and not to speak, but then be on nationwide internet entertaining everything they say, because it fits your message and you're trying to warn somebody. But have you ever thought that Yah got his own? He don't need who you say said this. I sit back and listen to this man on GOCC, and I realize this man, I can darn near box his eyes. And that's a very dangerous thing for Sister Deborah to be able to box someone's eyes, because Yah gave me that gift to be able to look at a person and be able to box their eyes to determine who they are. You see what I'm saying? And when I'm listening to him, and I'm listening to him glorifying this man in his own fleshly way. You know what I'm saying? How is it we're going to it's really hard, because we don't want to hear nothing Yah has to say through his elect, whether they male or female. You still have to hear them. We don't want any part of the body of Hamashiach. The body of Hamashiach are all positions that Yah has put in this body, and Christ is the head. Christ is the head, and there's a body. All these gifts are in there. Why is it these gifts can't be manifest? It's because we got cast iron head men that's still rebellion, disobedient, and stiff neck. So you have to understand what that stiff neck is. And they don't want to hear nothing but what they can comprehend in themselves. And I'm going to tell you something. Everybody, you have to turn away from a lot of things that you're taking heed to. You have to turn to Yah. You don't have to turn to Deborah. Deborah is going to continue to turn you and direct you to the light of the Most High Yah. I'm not going to direct you to nobody, to my page, to nothing but Yah. I said, and he had me to do it again, where I was doing a prayer praising him, and he wanted me to see. He said, "See, here it is again. You can't get nobody to glorify me. You can't get nobody. Do you all know Yah felt that he already knew what was what? He already know, but he felt that looking at the idea of praising and worship him, you should have lot of people getting on there, being involved in this day and time. People don't give a rat's behind about Yah, Hamashiach, Yeshua, Hamashiach. They don't. Only time they go running toward him is when things are constantly getting bad and heated. And then they want to come on here and make it look like they're all about the Most High Yah. Yah say they are hypocrites. In sheep clothing, they are wolves. I would not spend this day and time where we are in worshiping no demonic spirit and no beast. But he said this is what is going on. Now you're going to tell the women of Zion to keep quiet and don't say, but you see a lot of these Negro men call themselves Hebrew Israelite want to show you clips. And then you see clips, it's about white women and white men still tainting us with information as if Yah has not spoke out of his mouth already. We're supposed to be focusing on hearing the voice of the Most High Yah for in this day, so we would know which way to turn. I'm going to tell you all something. There are so many on this devil platform, and it's going to get to the point where I'm going to call you out. Because it's too much wickedness that's taking place. And y'all using y'all devil's platform to get away with teaching people and leading people without hearing what thus said the Most High Yah. Do you think he has stopped speaking? Have Yah stopped speaking? Has he closed a deaf ear? No. Things are still going according to his will. He has not stopped speaking because he prophesies these days. He predestined them. He ordained them. He knows about it. That's the ignorance of people who've been on this devil platform for so long. They want to close his book up and say, Yah, shut up. You ain't got nothing else to say because you didn't prophesy. You didn't foretold. Everything's going to go toward your will according to the way you predestined it. Now you need to shut up. And that's how we treat them. And that's how we carrying on with the creator of all things. And that's why he's not giving them anything, even amongst them, but wicked. And they thinking they got a group. They thinking they got a camp. They think they got a community. They think they got a church. They think they got everything, all their T's crossing their I's dot, and don't even understand the fire is kindled. And he ain't playing. And I thought that was really sad. When you sit and watch people all the time manifesting what the white people are saying as if they holds the truth. And that's what bothered me. Because I know I'm a prophet in the wilderness, and I know I hear from the Yah all day long. And then when I sat and listened to GOCC, Raw K, or whatever his name is, when I sat and listened to him, and I didn't listen too long and see him talking about this doctor, letting this doctor, and he wouldn't even let the doctor talk because he's so busy talking over whatever he said and repeating what he said. But the sad part is about it is this. People eat that up like they getting something and can't see that it's no spiritual leading in none of it. You're going to get all these warnings, but guess what? When I heard this man, this Italian speak, and I heard Ricardo with GOC try to, how would I say it, overcover what he was saying, I said, listen to him, Father. Every word that's coming out of his mouth that this man is saying, trying to break it out, Father, you gave that to me 9 months ago. I put it before the table of this here platform. Nobody would hear it. No one would listen. I've been telling you all way back in April to don't get tested. It's a biochemical on there. I told you all about the vaccine. I told you about the beast being loose and he's taking your mind. You think because you ain't getting the mark or you ain't being tested, you ain't getting the vaccine, you all good. No, it ain't like you all think it is. He has this. And when he can control this, he can control your testing and your vaccine. You need an extra protection from the Most High God. Because where you all are at thinking, if I can just gather all this information from these white people and believe everything they say. And there ain't nothing wrong with what they're saying, because a lot of them are saying, but what bothers me, are we going to hear from them? And where is it prophesied they're going to be teaching us all these things that's coming? But I do say this. When he charged the beast and told him he has to keep a light on so that we may find our way, he's telling him, you better keep a crack in everything you do. You do what you're going to do, but you're going to leave a crack in there so my people can see what you're doing. Tell me, ain't that the Most High God? He charged the beast. You, whatever you do, you're going to leave a crack in what you do so that my people can see the crack and see straight through it. And you all are walking out around here, can't see nothing. Sitting up under people, praising them and glorifying them and uplifting them like they are God. You are worshiping idols on YouTube, Instagram, Patriots, and Facebook. Sister Deborah gonna work it out as long as I'm on here speaking. And you can't see. You're in darkness. You're walking in darkness. Now, when he charged the Most High God charged the beast to leave that crack, who you think that was for? If it was so, it would fool my very elect. So you leave a crack in every evil you do so my elect can see straight through you. While y'all running around here trying to get white people to support your videos and showing what they telling us. Where is that biblical? That we're supposed to now sit up under the oppressor and hear what God said to Yahuwah have prophesied, and then he said he would send those, his messengers, his. He didn't say the same oppressors. And that's what, when I saw El Ricardo with GEOCC, and I'm sitting here saying, this man is just as cast iron headed. But you can listen to the white women. You can listen to the white men. But you tell the daughters of Zion to shut up and keep quiet. Y'all don't give them no leeway. But y'all can hear the white man. Y'all have put the white man over the daughters of Zion. Y'all have put the white women over the daughters of Zion. And then telling us to shut up. You better shut your mouth. Because you are not the creator of anything. Not even your own children. Or yourself. So it's just so frustrating to see so many people lost. And they thinking they all live in there. The multitude of the tribe of Judah is in the trash can. Because that's what they listening to. You're not getting anything that directs you to the light. Even y'all told the beast, whatever you do it, but you're going to leave a crack. Who you think that crack is? You think it's for you all on this devil platform? No. It's for those who can see the crack, because Yah has chosen them. And that's why he said, if it was so, it will fool minds that I have prepared to know the difference. While you all are walking around, won't even listen to those that he have sent. Now, it's okay that you don't listen, because that's what comfort us to know that it's the same yesterday as today. They didn't listen to the prophets nor back in the days. They are not going to listen to them today, because they feel they are cast iron heads. They know it all. They precepted. They lying. They got all the books. They can speak Greek. They know the Torah. They know everything, but they don't know nothing. You would never in your life of life, hear a prophet nor a prophetess of the Most High Yah tell you what I just said to you. The beast has been charged by the Most High Yah to leave a crack in whatever he does. So when you start to walk around and you start to see all this stuff that's going on that Yah has already prophesied, you still can see a thin light of hope, because that's going to be the hope, the crack that Yah said, in your wicked, in your evil, you still going to leave a crack. You're going to leave that light. You think the beast argued with him? Do you think the beast buckled up on my Yah? Do you think the beast challenged Yah? Or the beast said, well, yay, y'all. Yay, law. Because he knows already that Yah is the power of all things. While we're walking around wanting so much support from a Negro man who has not got up. Read what Jacob said. When he brought them to his bed, he didn't bring them to his bedside. When they came to the bedside, he told each and every one what is to be bestowed upon them in the days, in the last days. Read what he said about Judah. The tribe of Judah. Read what he said. They still down. They won't hear nothing that Yah is sending out of his people. This is the time where a people are to be seeking one another, to see what one another is saying, what we are getting from the Most High, to keep that hope alive and that promise alive. Instead of all this mess, we are desiring the right man still yet to give us, so we can have hope. Yah said he sees you at your nakedness. He sees you in the midnight hour at your nakedness. He sees you in the early morning hours in your nakedness. You are not doing nor saying or portraying or role playing nothing against him, for he sees you in your nakedness. So when you get on these platforms and you giving people things that has no irreverence, and you're not listening or taking heed to those that Yah has already sealed. Sealed with what, Deborah? With faith. Sealed with what, Deborah? Endurance. Sealed with what? Long suffering. Sealed with what? Spirit and truth. Sealed with what? Branded for his name's sake. Those are the ones you all should be listening to. Not a bunch of YouTube favorites, Patriots favorites, Instagram favorites, Facebook favorites, because they got 10,000 subscribers or 20 million subscribers. You're running for the food for your flesh. And your spirit is still dead. It's still dead. So our Sister Deborah is not going to hold you long, but my thing with it is, my desire is to really seek Yah to, and he did it many times, to take me off this platform in a way that I'm not on here listening to others, because it's getting worse than it ever been to me. Spiritually, it is just all bad. It's bad taste. It's just bad sound. It's bad feeling. Because I be on there and I want to say something, but I said, Father, it's just like the days of old. There's nothing you can say. Crooked, you can't make straight. You just can't. And all you can do is hope that Yah will make a difference. But where we at now is such a heavy judgment on everybody, to where everybody is sitting around playing patty cake, and don't understand this thing is serious. You better start heading to that light. I'm going to leave that with you before I get off here. You better start heading to that light. And I ain't not talking about the light of a white person, because they white, they right. And that's the mentalities of these Hebrew Israelite men. They iron-head ones. The iron-head ones are the ones who figured, okay, I got academy, I got a school, I got a community, I got a church, I got a camps, and I got organizations, and I got all this. They iron-head. You can't tell them nothing. So if you can't tell them nothing, thou said the Most High Yah, Deborah, they're not going to get what I have given for the elects to give unto them, because they cast iron heads. They think they are the one. They really do. They think they are the one, and you can't tell them anything. And all this stuff about women keeping quiet and all of this, let me tell you all something. A man said that. That did not come out of the mouth of Yah. But if the silly women want to follow it, you go on to follow it. But those that knows that they are called, appointed, and anointed, and they were way when they were young, don't let these cast iron head men bring you to the level where you quiet. Get on this platform and teach and preach the gospel, because that's what's before us. He said, when the gospel has been preached, this gospel, what was said in Matthew 24, has been preached. This gospel on all nations, then the end. So that's what we're supposed to be about. Not trying to figure out about the vaccine, the COVID. If y'all send his elects to tell you something, have the ear to hear, because that's really the truth. Yes, these doctors and nurses and Caucasian people, they've been knowing the crookedness. That's why they can get on here and tell you what's going on. They've been knowing what's going on. But the ones Yah is sending know more than they know without a degree. And that's what's sad. This Negro man, GEOCC Raw Carter, or whatever his name, sitting here waiting for somebody to tell me he got a degree. What's a degree? See, now that's why you know that they hypocrites, because they rest their faith on somebody who got something that don't mean nothing. Because where is it biblical that you have to have a degree for Yah to give you a right now word to give to his people? See how sick they are? And they don't want the right now word because it rests in the body of Hamashiach. See, the Hamashiach got a body. And you know, in that body are those who can come. And if they did anything, vaccine or anything toward anybody, they can lay hand on. Do y'all know that? Do you know if we had someone that, and we was going through such a hard time, and they start to fight and war with us, there are those who can come and lay hands and speak the power to combat whatever goes up against us. All that is in this body that Yah has formed before the foundation of the world for Christ to be head of. And you know who Christ is? Christ is the right hand of the Father. If he's the head over this body that has all the positions that Yah has placed in it, and all the authority and power that can work miracles and signs and wonders and teach so that the people may be delivered, what are these people on these devil platforms dancing at? They dancing at, oh, I got to reach 100K. I got to reach 50K. They ain't concerned about giving you no light. They're trying to reach a number. How is it that people can be on this devil platform and wait for YouTube to send them certificates and checks for saying or doing a great job? Is that praising Yah, or is that praising the devil? Huh? See, y'all don't understand that. The world, see, they want to hide the fact that YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Patriots, and all others media is the rector of her. That he said, come out of her rectum, come out of her mess. You see, her rectum. They don't want to come out because it'll interfere with what they've been doing all these years. They have been satisfied in. It's just like they would say, when you do your tax, don't cheat on your tax because that's a sin. These people here don't see no wrong in being up Babylon's rectum. They don't have no problem at all because they taking you with them. And they don't have no problem. They know they're not in it alone. And they thinking, oh, he ain't gonna say nothing. I got all these people liking me and subscribing and hiding and whoa, this and this, and I love you, giving you all your glory now. And heavens ain't got nothing for you. And they don't understand that. They don't understand stuff like that. So I, Sister Deborah, wanted to just say that I hope this helped a lot of the elects that are out there, that knowing that you are elected, stay in your state. Look, stay in your position in which Yah has called you. Work that position. Because really, honestly, a lot of these like GEOC and all these other camps and all these sick people, they supposed to be out there doing for the less fortunate and the widows and the fatherless, showing who they are in representation of Yah. They ain't gonna do it. They ain't gonna do it. So they ain't playing no roles. Knowing that he said, come judgment, I'm gonna ask you, I was hungry, you didn't feed me. You see, you can't go making up little things and thinking you gonna cover it up for what he said. He said, I was in the hospital, you didn't visit me. The widows and the poor orphanage, they ain't got time for that. Only time they got is to manipulate you on these devil platforms and give you what you think you need for your flesh. And then when, oh, like it's a lot of things going on. I'm gonna tell you guys something. When he shared with me that Babylon, he told me straightforward, Deborah, Babylon been down. Babylon been failed. I was like, I knew it, I knew it, I knew it. Because see, I've been knowing that United Snakes didn't own, as it was, didn't own this country. And people tell you, Sister Deborah told us, or on my places I work, or she told us that long time ago, years ago. I knew they would. I don't know it from the news and from newspapers and watching you all. No, I knew it from the spirit that they were down. So when you go down is when you lose everything. That's down. Okay, in the process of it being falling, okay, that's where other things going to actually take place. But see, what people don't understand, the main thing about what's going to take place here in the United States is the last thing, and that's where somewhere, which country they're going to turn around and they're going to bomb this place. They're going to destroy it. Why? Because this place don't belong to those who are going to try to hold it. And guess who they're going to be? The people. Because the underground power and the government, they already sliding under. They're going under the tunnel where wealth really is, where everything is, where good food, good water, where everything. They finna slide on in. Because not only are they wealthy, they are the children of the synagogue of Satan. Okay, they are even the beast players, main players. They're sliding on. That's why you're so ignorant in learning everything that people are teaching you. You're not understanding what's going on spiritually. That's why Biden is signing all of those executive things. He's signing them like crazy, and none of them make any sense. But it does make sense because what they're doing is he's signing in chaos. That's what he's doing. Because everything he's signing is going to bring chaos. And it's going to be chaos amongst the people. Okay? See, Babylon was falling before Obama got in there. And he kind of did a lot of things under the tables that most Negro people wouldn't even believe he did. He's a big role in the beast's right hand. Yes, he is. And you're going to see him come back and start to show who he is because he's going to identify himself clearly to everyone, to the four corners of the world. He's going to identify himself and he's going to take his righteous position. But all this here that they're doing, Babylon, the Most High Yah said, has already fallen. They've been fallen, okay? They've been failed. Okay, what's about to happen is the heart, the broken heart of it, meaning the hardship, and that's what they're doing. Because I was like, why is everything going so fast, y'all? He said, because they only have a certain time, Deborah. I only gave them a limited time, and it's moving so fast. It's moving fast to me because I've seen it from the wilderness. I can see it in the light. So I'm like, okay, so Biden is signing all of those crazy things is to make sure the destruction Okay, I'm gonna tell you something that the father was telling me. He said that the people never noticed that a country was okay in guns. The country was okay in smoking weed now. The people never paid attention to how their country was doing some things that was not normal. You see, so when they okay like stupidity, so-called Pastor Dow, he just marvels off of guns and his weapon. He think he's protected. That's why y'all's coming to his door with the fire, because people really are thinking they have set themselves to be protected for what is about to happen. And y'all said you think you got it going on, huh? You didn't kept yourself. You didn't prepared your crops. You didn't prepared your meat for the defreezers. You didn't prepared your land. You didn't prepared your gun war. You didn't got your classes for shooting, and you teaching your people how to shoot. You didn't even brought Caucasian in to be your extra protection. That's how Pastor Dow is. Crooked as a crook can crook. He brought all those Caucasian in, not because he wanted to usher them in. He really don't trust them, but he brought them in a part of his wickedness and his portrayal of protection. He think those white people are going to protect him. You see, he really do. His protection is in his mindset. You see, it ain't Yah. And the people that are falling under him, they're going to catch the hellhole with him. And they're going to see him at his nakedness, says Yahshua HaMashiach. See him at his neck. Because he have went in areas he should never have gone. And y'all have suffered him to do. So it's so many things that's going to come upon these so-called mighty men that comes here and tell you, let me just show you, comes here and tell you, oh, listen, all that, and they got it going on. They ready. Don't let nobody tell you because they got food stocked in fields and growing crops, and they got the animals, and they got the land, and they ready. Y'all gonna send that fire direct to their location. They gonna be some of the first one y'all gonna allow that fire to go to. And I feel sad for them because they thinking they prepared. They out top y'all. That's what they did. And they don't understand. You ain't prepared for nothing when you didn't prepare the souls. See, it's about preparing y'all's people. That's what he wanted them to prepare for. They think it's about preparing their church, their congregation, their community, their camp, their academy, their family. No, y'all ain't never told you this is about you and your family. He ain't never told you it's about your church and your sanctuary. He ain't never told you it was about your community, your group, your camp. He ain't never told you nothing like that, and you won't find it in here. It's about his people. Being about his people, the souls, which is the spirit of his people. And you won't direct them to any light because ain't no light in you. You can't direct somebody to light when ain't none in you. So darkness just can't walk up and say, I'm light. Because you ain't got no light in you, so you can't direct them to no light. And that's why you talk all this old yang, 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 yang to these people. And they follow and flock. Because they already fallen away from what is spirit and truth. Because they don't listen to no one Yah is sending. And they never did. Their forefathers didn't do it. Okay, I'm going to just touch. My glasses is broke. And guess what? I got to wait till I get back home. I'm out of town to get my new glasses I have and to get these prepared. I'm going to show you an example why these men are thinking that the Most High is somebody to be played with. And he's the same yesterday and today and forevermore. He don't play. And I'm going to go to Isaiah 3 and 4. I'm just going to show you how he rumble. 3, okay. This is an area where you hear a lot of men talking a bunch of yang yang. And 99.100 million of them are totally off of base. And it reads here in Isaiah chapter 3. Okay. In chapter 3, at the end of chapter 3, we're gonna start with 24. Isaiah 3 and 24, and then we're gonna swing into Isaiah 4. And I'm showing you why you all thinking that the women, you're silly women, thinking that the men are all this and that, and they own it, and they know what they're talking about, they know what they're doing, they know what they're saying. Let me tell you something. I am from the wilderness, and I can say that, you see, and I am the Most High Yah's prophetess. And what I see that's going on and conducting itself, do you know that the tribe of Judah and the house of Israel, tribe of Judah so busy trying to collect the other house of Israel till it's ignorant in its house. That's how sad it is. They're ignorant in their house. They sitting in their house totally ignorant because they have not accepted the body of the Most High Yah. The body has the head as Christ, and the body is all the position that was called from heaven to work with the people. And the people have not been able to come forth out of many reasons. But he sent another crew, a bold crew, that ain't gonna listen to nothing no one's saying and do what everybody else says. They're gonna speak, and they're gonna give. It's really gonna be beautiful because it's gonna even support me, to know that okay, he got them out here. They out here now because this mess on these YouTubes and Facebooks and Instagrams and pages. They ain't talking about nothing, and the people eating them up. But y'all lets me know it's not so much as they eating them up, Deborah. It is the ones who wants to follow darkness because they're content with following darkness, and that's something they are content with. So I'm just going to read this here. And it reads here, Isaiah chapter 3, verse 24. Isaiah chapter 3, verse 24. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smelling, there shall be stank. And instead of gearing a rent, and instead of well set hair, baldness. He's talking about the daughters of Zion when he purged your butt. Okay. And instead of stomach and gearing up sackcloth and burning instead of beauty. He's talking about the daughters of Zion. This is when he purging you with burning and purging you. But listen to this. 25 said, thy men shall fall by the sword and the mighty men by war. You hear that? So why are men running around here thinking? This was in Isaiah during that time. They don't understand. Oh yes, he's gonna get he's gonna purge on the daughters of Zion. He's gonna get them straight. But you're going down too. Not only are you gonna die by the war, you even the mighty men. These ones who run around here thinking they got all their guns, they got everything they need, they gonna be protected, and y'all gonna be out there. If you in the city, you in danger. See, executing the ones who don't have what they have. Now, what kind of Most High does things that way? See, that's why I say these are the people you all are following. They're not worried about the multitude of the Most High Yah. They're not even, they don't care about a tribe of Judah. They care more about talking about the whole house of Israel when they should be focusing on their tribe, because that's what's messed up on the floor. But they all over in everybody else's tribe and they didn't got theirs right because their heads are like cast iron. They ain't got nothing together, spiritual or walking upright before the Most High God. So they think all it takes is them to teach you. And then it continued on. So if they're dead, what is those that's coming where the women is going to say 1 man to 7? What is that about? Y'all better get that thing right, because it's not what they say it is. It is spirit. And the name that they said they wanted to be called is holy. And we know who is holy. See, they just told you, they just tell you anything and you believe it. You accept anything they give you and you run right behind and you eat it up. But it's on you. Because what I see from the wilderness, if it wasn't for him keeping me closed here, I'm gonna tell you, I've been and prayed and cried and hooping up, take me, because it's just that bad, you guys. This picture, what you see, and it's not as pretty as you think. And it's not going the way you say it's going to go. Just like the beast. The beast was loose. He told me when he loosed the beast. He told me when the beast right hand is the media, and controlling all the media on the four corners controls the mind. And they all in it together. He told me already Biden and Trump, all that stuff is set up. Biden is sitting there writing away executive orders. No one does that unless he is. Look up the word executive and match it what is about to happen. And then it'll make sense. He's finna bring some executive order. He's finna bring some destruction order to this country. And this country sitting here clapping. He doing this. He doing this for us. It's just like the Independent Day. Everybody was on top of the roof looking at the big old thing. They thinking, oh, they coming to love on them. And they killed them all. They up in there celebrating. Here we are. It's just the mindset of the people. And I think, honestly, I think our men are more farther behind than any man on the face of the earth in ignorance. And the Most High finally revealed that to me in scriptures. He said the world is wiser than his children. Why? Because even though the world is wiser than his children got too much stiff neck, rebellion, and disobedience. We cannot control today as if he ain't done this before. If he's the same yesterday, today, forevermore, we got to understand he ain't doing it our way. He's still doing it in his order and in his power and in his will. We got to get with his program. He don't have to get with ours. He don't have to get on our platforms and support all this teaching that's on here that leads, nobody teaching leads people to Yah. And no one says a word. So I just say that's enough for me. Shalom and shalom. Have a good night. Love you.